Have you ever driven around the neighborhood for at least 10 minutes only looking for a parking slot? A study taken by INRIX says that the average German driver spends about 41 hours a year just looking for a parking slot. The number gets even higher for citizens of Frankfurt that spend about almost 3 days in a year just looking for a parking slot. This means wasted time, and wasted time is wasted money. But not only that, but this means stress and unnecessary pollution. Our team, consisting of Molka, Mayara, Yogesh, and myself, created a solution for our community that will first be launched in the city of Munich with about 150 parking robots that will be updating app continuously. Yogesh?
I'm sorry, yeah, I was muted. So I'll be presenting the idea for autonomous parking bot. So a parking robot is a vehicle that circles around the city the whole day long, searching for free parking slots. So the collected data is then mapped and is immediately available on the mobile application, which is being developed in React.js. And so this enables the users to search for the nearby parking spots near to their locations, and they can just drive directly to the free parking and save the time and energy. So we are currently partnered with the city of Munich, as my teammates said, and where the first parking bots will be launched, and they will launch in the streets, obviously. And this cooperation enables the app to be free for the users in the initial alpha testing phase. But we can also pay the ticket in the app. Also, the bots have integrated smart features and sensors that enable them to participate in traffic, but it does not interrupt the traffic and also the drivers. So they are small in size and are equipped with the latest technology by Texas Instruments. Another benefit is that the existing infrastructure is used, which means that there's no other costly sensor needed to be installed around the city, and it can be used by literally anyone, regardless of the vehicle they own. And yeah.
So now I will guide you through our implementation. We basically used the RLSK Max Kit to show you a glimpse of the features that our robot car will be able to provide. So in the current implementation, we programmed our robot car to find the next possible slot by detecting and following the lines. It basically follows the white lines and stops when a black surface is detected, which means a potential available parking slot is detected. For this, we used the 8 infrared sensors located at the bottom of the RSK Max Kit. Additionally to that, the robot is programmed to differentiate between an empty and occupied parking slot by looking for any obstacles, for example, barriers. The obstacle detection is implementing using the 6 bumpers in front of the robot. We also adapt our implementation to adjust the speed and to control the motion. And of course, no achievement is complete without some celebration. That's why we added some light effects to visualize the success. After finding the free parking spot, data can be uploaded to the app if we have also the hardware for it. Our goal is mainly to maximally use all the features offered by the kit and extend it with some hardware extensions, for example, Wi-Fi modules that are also offered by TI to fully cover the scope of our idea. Now I will hand over to my teammate Mayara, who will show you the current capabilities of our implementation.
Hi, I hope everyone can see me. But here I have our prototype, and here I have a cute duck represent the pain that we have day after day trying to find a parking slot. So first, the car may go to the free spot by itself. So you don't have to spend a lot of time just to park your car in a narrow space. I have a lot of problems trying to park my car in a narrow space. You can play the video, please, Neji. So how you can see, it's an autonomous solution. You don't need to worry about doing many movements with your car. So secondly, our solution is safe, and also our solution can detect if a place is occupied or not. Please, Naji, as you may see. And also, our solution for sure will make your life so much easier. So this is a celebration that the pain is away. So I hope that we can count on you as investors to our solution. And we already have many cities interested in our solution. And I will not say that our solution is the future. I will say that our solution is the present, because we can do it and it can make our life really easier. I think it would be really successful business. So I really thank you for all your attention. And now we are open to any questions that you may have. Thank you so much.
Okay, great. So the pitch was like extra 1 minute, but I think it's okay. We still have like 4 minutes for questions.
Okay, great. Sorry, we were breaking the ice, so we weren't that practiced.
So do you have any questions?
Yeah, hi, this is Christian speaking. I have one question. How will those robots communicate with a central app or with each other? Have you thought about that?
Yes, for sure. It's an IoT application. So basically the robots may have like a GSM model and they will send some signals to the cloud. So in this way, we can know the geolocation of the free spots and also if the spots are free or not. So do you have any additional question? Do I answer your question or there is something missing?
No, thanks for the answer. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Maybe we can see in extension that the app will be continuously updated. So if there is a free slot, it will continuously in the real time be updated so the user can really see it if it's available and drive directly. We were also thinking about some additional ideas about reserving the spot and maybe letting the robot wait there for a second until this user comes. But this is still in development. We will try to be creative and create as many solutions as possible.
Excellent. Thank you.
Any other questions?
You can also give us some suggestions. How can we improve it if you saw a small improvement possibility?
I would just like to ask, what was the biggest challenge in working together and working with the robot, especially this being virtual?
I think it being virtual was the biggest challenge, that we weren't together, and then the communication was sometimes hard due to delays, and then sometimes they were just interrupting each other without being aware of that. Yeah, but it was fun. For me, this is the first time. Others were. Oh, sorry.
Okay, yeah. I just want to say another biggest challenge was, so if me and some other person from my team was working on the same thing or we are discussing, I wasn't able to see the output. So we had to either screen share or see the video switch on and off, and that was really laggy and that was kind of frustrating. But it would have been way better if Corona didn't exist.
It was a challenge communication sometimes, and to communicate online, it was a really challenge because not everyone is comfortable to appear in a camera. So we can sometimes we don't know how the expressions are. So we are just you know we can have a lot of misunderstanding just because of this. So yeah, I think this is a challenge. If we are in person, everything will be easier, but we need to adapt. Okay.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you so much for your pitch. So time is up, and we will continue with the next one.
Great.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Hello. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Yes. Hi.
Okay, welcome, good boys. You're up.
Okay, so should I just start the screen sharing? Or
Yes,
how is the
please.
presentation?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. So you can see my presentation. Yeah, okay.
Hey everyone.
It's muted. It's muted.
Oh, fine, I can hear you. Okay. Hey everyone, we're the Good Boys, and for this hackathon we built a voice integration for the RSLK robot, and we also built an algorithm where we could navigate from one point of our apartment to any point in the apartment using a Pathfinder algorithm. And yeah, we have a demonstration for you that will fill you in.
So I will just start the video. Can you see it?
Yes.
Nice. This is obviously sped up.
I'm not sure if you can hear it, but we're giving the robot voice instructions to where he should drive to.
Yeah, that's the problem. We don't hear the sound of the video.
Okay, yeah. I will.
Okay.
I could easily share the YouTube link so you can watch it again. We are just basically giving the instructions
Yes.
via Alexa, and here we're saying, okay, you did a great job, and he's doing a little celebration dance at the end. So we will come to the application of our robot. What can we use such a robot for? It's controlled hands-free, and this is especially in these times very important for us because with hands-free control we can do. Sorry, I'm hearing myself twice. Can you mute, Lennart? Or I was hearing myself somewhere again.
I am. It's a really poor connection. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, sorry. So what can we use such a hands-free device? One of our main applications was we use it in a medical environment where we have the points of infections, especially in times of Corona, and we can use it to easily deliver drugs to patients. So we say, okay, take these drugs and deliver them to patient ABC because, for example, my sister is working in a hospital and she's saying it's very time-consuming to put on these protective suits, go to a person, go to a patient, give them the drugs, go out again, and then take all this protective gear off just to go to the next patient and do the same thing over again. And it's very time consuming. And so we said, okay, how can we speed this process up? We used a robot with a hands-free interface. So we also eliminate the point of contamination between different healthcare workers by not using a greasy keyboard where viruses easily can stay on. These were the main motivations behind our project, but we also can use it in other places. Like, for example, in our demo video, we use it to share a USB key, which it basically can be used to deliver small things to different people. Yeah, and then we come to the challenges which we had during our building process.
Okay, so basically for this project, our main focus was always to build a very precise robot because if we wanted to do the navigation blindly, which we did, then it had to always know where it was. So if we tell it to go forwards like 10 centimeters, it had to be exactly 10 centimeters. Otherwise, it would be out of sync and it would not be possible to navigate. So for the first day, basically, Robin and Rosario spent some time analyzing the encoders and looking for possible ways to improve its accuracy. And they actually improved and rewrote the encoder libraries for Texas Instruments, which I found very impressive. and they put in a feedback loop where they basically corrected for any faults in the robot. And for example, if one wheel were to be blocked, it would autocorrect for that. So that helped us build a very precise robot that that we can use to actually navigate blindly throughout my apartment. And that was the second biggest challenge, to build the pathfinding algorithms. So what we did, we had a map of our apartment, and we had 2 points, a start point and an end point. So the start point for the robot, and then we used the pathfinding algorithm to navigate to give us commands towards the goal. And that was basically it, but it's actually not very trivial to fit a pathfinding algorithm onto a TI Launchpad. So a considerable amount of time was spent there. Sören did most of the work there. So if you're interested, you can ask him in the Q&A. And then the largest challenge was definitely integration, because even though by the start of today or at the sort of midday, we had all the components ready, it still took a lot of time to put everything together. And we actually had to cheat a bit for our demonstration, because even though the pathfinding algorithm worked perfectly, we didn't manage to get it to a point where everything was automatic. So we basically had to copy the results from the pathfinding algorithm, put it on the robot manually, and then trigger it with the Alexa, which is yeah, a small workaround, but with the time given, we weren't able to find all the bugs in the automation. So yes.
And this perfectly hooks into what are the future possibilities with our robot. First of all, we can merge these two code bases. One code base being the voice control ability of the robot, and the other code base being the pathfinding algorithm. And it would be, like we said, time-wise, we were not able to integrate everything from that. And the other possible way to improve it would be using some kind of interlocation system with an ultra-wideband or Bluetooth low-energy beacons to improve the reliability of the robot, because currently we are relying on the encoder feedback to keep track of where the robot is, and if it gets bumped or gets shifted, yeah, the robot can lose count of its position and can't really recover from that. And with some kind of interlocation system, we could easily improve on that. And this would be our presentation. I will share the link to the YouTube video again, so you can also hear it with sound.
Yeah, thank you so much. Left 1 minute and a half for the questions. Do we have questions?
Hi, this is Christian. I have one question. You decided to go for the medical solution, which you perfectly explained. What other possibilities would there be out there, except from the medical field?
Actually, I think it could be applicable in any industrial field. For example, office space, a huge one, where you had to deliver, for example, a USB drive with a large file. So I think we calculated the bit rate of our robot if we use like a 64 gig drive, but I don't have it on the top of my head, but it's obviously a lot faster than just sending stuff. And you can also use it to deliver messages, for example, to a coworker who might be not checking his emails or something. So we think in every like flat surface office space or something like this, it could also be applicable.
Excellent, thank you.
Great. So thank you so much for your time, for the presentation. So time is up, and we'll move on with the next pitch.
Thank you very much.
See you.
We're just waiting for them to join. There we go. Hey, Hexencraft, is everyone here? You have to unmute yourselves. Hexencraft, Snea, Yuju, Juliana, Nadina, are you here?
Hi, yes, we're here, but I'm not
presenting right now, so.
Okay.
So finally, I'm sorry, I have some trouble.
That's okay. Can you, you're a bit quiet. That's okay though. We'll just turn up our volume. But whenever you're ready, please, it would be great if you can start.
So is it actually better or like I have to shout even more?
It's actually really hard to hear for me. I don't know. Maybe. Are you far away from the computer? Maybe. I don't know.
I use the microphone like
Ah.
this. So maybe I should change my, where is my address? Oh, shit. Let me try.
Sure. Otherwise, no trouble.
Hello, is it better?
It's great.
Is it any better?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, cool. So let me share my screen. Yep. Wait, is that it? Oh wait. Where's the Zoom?
It looks good.
Okay. Wait. It's gone. What happened? I rarely use Zoom. I'm so sorry. Wait, it's gone. Where is it?
Maybe one of your teammates could help you. Oh, there you go. There it is. Looks good.
Oh. So yeah. Now it's let me type this. Okay. So yeah. Oh, yeah. Hello everyone. I'm here to represent Hexen Craft at Sukipan. So we picked the name. So we are going to present our work from these past 2 days, which is hazard detection robot. What is it? Let's see it in a minute. So here is our team. From the left side, there is Juliana and me and Viju, and the last one is Sneha. So our idea is actually from Sneha's personal experience, which she slipped at her job in one of the production plant in India. That's a quick fun fact. So there is a huge number. Here we can see there is 3.3 million number of accidents occur at work, according to Eurostat. And as you can see on the right side, the slip, trips, or falls on the same level is the leading #1 leading case injury. So this is a pressing problem that we want to try to solve. And so, and according to European Union, it costs them 3.3% of its GDP, which is like 400 billion per year, just to have a really poor occupational safety and health. So we can see here, it's really expensive to not have a safety work environment. And we want to tap the market of 2 million of factories or like warehouse, anything that is in the manufacturing sector, to try to offer our help to increase the safety of their work environment. And so this is our proposed ideas. We have here hazard detection robot, which has ultrasonic and proximity sensor, a speaker, and a Wi-Fi. Here is our implementation detail, which we have here the robot kit from Texas Instruments, and we want to add on top of that a simple link Wi-Fi to give a signal to a control room to clean up any kind of spills on the floor. And you might wondering about what's the robot on the right side. That's actually a proven solution, not proven. It's available already in the market, but it's for retail shop, and there is a multi-purpose behind it. And we want to only specifically try to address the spill and any kind of not obstacle, any kind of cleaning the spills in the manufacturing sites. So our software implementation, we want the robot to move around the environment and detect any kind of spills and give a light or sound warning to nearby passers and to the control room to clean the mess. So this is our prototype demo. As you can see, the robot slows down whenever it detects a spill, which represents by the paper, and then speeds up again once it leaves the obstacle. And then, as you can see, it got stuck, but once it moves over the spill, it should speed up again. This is only like a show that our solution works, but I know it's only a prototype, so there should be an enhancement in the future. So who we are, to sum up, we want to be a safety guard for a better working environment, and we want you to reduce operational costs. And finally, last but the most important one is we want to try saving lives one spill at a time. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your pitch. So now it's time for questions from the jurors. Do we have any questions so far?
Patricia here, I have one question. I couldn't see in the video whenever it sees a spill, for example, in this case, the paper, does it only slow down, or it does also some lighting or some other warning?
Oh, maybe Sneha can explain that better.
Yes, there is a warning which you can see in the form of a LED light. What happens is that during the slowing down of the motion, there is a red LED light which lights up, and I think we had mentioned that in one of our slides. So yes, there's an indication on the right bottom.
The right bottom, okay. I can see. I saw in the slides, but I didn't see in the video. That's why I'm asking. Oh, nice.
I think the color is red.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah. So any other questions or suggestions?
This is Christian. One question. It's obviously can detect smaller spills on the floor, right? How would it deal with bigger spills? What if it's big? Not what if it's too big to drive over it?
Okay. So anyone want to address this, or Yuju or Sneha?
Yes, this question we have never thought of before, but as for now, I can imagine that if there's a bigger spill that the robot cannot move cross over it, one option is that the robot will hit it and turn around or get stuck into this kind of liquid. So maybe in the future, we will just add a function that if the robot just stay at one position over like 5 or 3 seconds, it will also send signal to the control room and get the operator down to the factory to check what happened. But thanks for your good suggestion. We will think about it later on.
Great answer as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your pitch. We're moving with the next team.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you. All right, they're joining. Welcome, Team 4. Team 4, you might have been automatically muted. Can you speak? Are you there? Where did you go? They were just here. Come back. Oh no.
Hello, we're here.
Okay, good.
Let me see if you guys can see us. Just a quick second. Good. Yeah, the positioning of this webcam could be better.
We can't hear well though.
No? Okay. Can you hear me better if I put this close to me? Maybe.
Way better.
Yeah, okay. I'll just hold this one. Okay. Good. So, let's go. So, welcome guys. We are, okay, by the way, I'm not sharing my screen. Am I? No. That is probably important. Okay, good. Can you see this now?
Yes.
Okay, great. So we are the SEO team. And yeah, it's Priscilla here, then Libet is here, and Sasha here. And we are the SEO team. We managed to get all together today to finish the project and do the presentation. Good. So, who of you have been to a country outside Germany and you had to stay in isolation?
I did.
He did. And it's really annoying because then you suddenly have everyone avoiding you. You have a really hard time going out to get food and basic things, which you really shouldn't. So you're stuck in a very complicated situation. And suddenly you're all alone. You cannot get around having even the most basic things as snacks, which especially in Halloween are so important. But the situation is not completely hopeless. There you have a buddy, a delivery robot that will unleash its superpower to help you to get whatever you need. With this, yeah, you won't be so lonely and in need of snacks during Halloween. If we're talking about application, our initial idea was how to make the office environment a little bit safer. So how could employees still enjoy the break room and get some snacks, have a little bit of chocolate, a little bit of pretzels, without increasing the contact between everyone in the company. That was the initial idea, and I think it's a very nice proposal in that sense. But if we're talking about market and if we are about to sell this, we would definitely use as entry points probably hospitals and private households in isolation. If you think about the size of this market, we have almost 46 million infected and almost 3 billion households in isolation, and they could largely benefit from this. Yeah, so that is definitely a good entry point for that. Talking about our hub robot a little bit, and you guys will see a video of it in action, just to talk about it structurally, and you can look at the pretty guy over there. And yeah, so the robot has a bowl to catch snacks and relies on a ultrasound sensor to see how much it's loaded. The person will make a request from this of a snack via a messaging app. We, because we're targeting it initially office environments, we're using Mattermost, which is a clone of Slack. So you just ask for a candy, the robot, this message will be sent to a server, and we did the server completely in Python, and it's already integrated with Mattermost, it works. Then it logs who requested it, and it cross-references that with an internal map that it has. And also it takes exactly what kind of snack you want. Then it navigates to the base and get that. It also has a small OLED display to show what it's getting and to whom. And it communicates via Wi-Fi to this server to get requests. So yeah, I mean, it fills the requirement of making the office environment safer by doing snack delivery contactless. And that is pretty much the idea. This is how it looks in case you cannot see the zoom, but you can see the picture here. with all its features on the proof of concept. And we're pretty excited on how far we were able to do. Honestly, that's pretty cool. And if we were able to do that in just 1.5 days, we're really excited about the perspective of what could be done in a couple of months. That would be pretty interesting. Good. So this is the video of the robot in action. And you can think of the white lines as a initial version of the map. You have some checkpoints. It's delivering candy now to the 3rd checkpoint. The first one that you can see, that's the base, where it gets reloaded with candy. Now it's navigating all the way to base 2, where it will deliver candy for someone that requested it. Now you can see Sasha very happy picking it up. You can see by the sound, very happy. Now you go back to the base station, where it gets reloaded by Priscilla. And then it navigates to station number 2, where Alibetis picks it up. And that is the idea of the snack delivery robot in a special Halloween theme. Now, if we're talking about the next generation of a robot, the initial idea was to deliver beverages, but the robot could not withstand a whole bottle. So definitely we want to improve how much payload it can take. So maybe it can even bring you your trusted Bionade. That's definitely one point. Maybe also at some point we would like to eliminate the lines on the floor and add more advanced navigation. We even talked about having small tags on the ceiling and use a camera pointing upwards to triangulate positioning, for instance. That would be a fun way to get precision and without being too intrusive with the office environment. And also, of course, adding other cameras and sensors. And yeah, that is pretty much the idea of the robot on the next version. And I guess that is it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. So now we have 2 minutes for questions.
I would have one question. This is Elizabeth. Hi. What is your one technical highlight?
One technical highlight. So it was a very new experience for all of us, so we struggled all across the way. But I would say we're really proud of having made something that covers the whole spectrum of the solution. So we integrated with Mattermost. We have a server that collects the requests. We have a little bit of trouble with the Wi-Fi integration, but then the robot gets the request and delivery. So I guess something that we really like is that we were able to cover the whole spectrum of the solution. And also we're pretty proud of how much we could learn if you take into consideration that we had no experience with this, no experience with this particular hardware. Nobody is really a professional hardware engineer. At most, we're on computer science, curious about electronics, but I think really happy on how much we achieved. Yeah.
Thank you.
Anything else?
Patricia here.
Hello.
Maybe I didn't get the presentation, but how do the robot know the point that has to stop? So how do you know which point has to stop now?
Good point. So it has a hard-coded map that for now we have to program together with the robot. Maybe in the future it could download from a server. But it identifies those markings that you had on the floor as milestones. It knows how many they are and where they are in the map. So whenever it hits one, it always knows where it is and always know what the next one is. So you can think of it as a very limited graph that is very easy to navigate. What we liked about this approach is we don't have to know how much the distance we're going. We just know we keep going straight until we hit the next one because we will know what the next milestone is. So it's basically that, and that's hard-coded for now for the proof of concept. But later, we could even eliminate the whole point of physical markings, and maybe someone could assign virtual checkpoints on the floor. Maybe we can have IRF tags on the floor, something like that.
Thank you.
Good.
So thank you so much. And time is up. We'll continue with the next team.
Okay, good. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. And our last team is joining. Welcome, T.I. Butler. As you join, you will be on mute. So make sure to unmute yourselves. And there you go. Hi, welcome. Unmute yourself.
Yeah, great. Do you see?
Hello.
Yeah.
Awesome. So whenever you're ready.
Hi. Yes, so I will try to share my
Please share the
screen.
presentation. Okay.
Or you want to share it because I suddenly, where do I share it? Share screen. Sorry. No, it's fine. Okay. Sure. Yeah, can you see my screen?
Yes, looks good.
Yeah, great. So yeah, we are T Butler. 1 second, I have to. Yeah, so sorry, I just don't see here. Yeah, so please meet Sarah. Sarah is yeah, a very busy mother. She has to cook. She spends a lot of time tidying up her house, picking up the toys of her baby. On top of that, these days she's doing home office, and because of COVID, she now has to take care about the air quality of her house. And everyone knows Sarah is a great multitasker, but sometimes she would really need a hand. So Sarah is not alone. We can summarize this in 3 problems that we want to solve that they both take time and money. The first aspect is climate control. Air circulation devices are important, especially in public facilities and schools. And now that, for example, the government in Berlin is going to spend 1 million euros to buy 3,500 devices for air quality in schools in Berlin. Another problem is cluttering in houses. We all get lazy sometimes, and yeah, on average, people spend 2.5 days each year looking for their lost items. Furthermore, sometimes we don't even know what we have in our closets. So then we buy too much stuff, and then we end up getting rid of them. Yeah, and even when 95% of clothes can be recycled, 73% of them end up destroyed. So get Oh, I'll go back again.
Yeah, we can start again. From the beginning, I think. Okay, so here we see we see obstacles avoidance. So it goes around the obstacle, And following the route, it resembles using image recognition to follow the track it's supposed to be. And here we see when it reaches the mark, when it reaches its mark, it performs the action required. For example, closing a window or detecting or grabbing an object around.
Yes, so imagine all what TI Butler can do for you. In a cold winter, it will open and close a window for you. It can bring your plates back to the kitchen, put your shoes in the right shelf. Your space will be magically organized, and you wouldn't lose any minute looking for your keys. So sorry, but won't have any more distractions during home office. So keeping your space in order will help you to reduce stress and be productive. Yeah, so everyone can use a hand. Especially, TI Butler has limitless applications, and especially for those that have physical impairments. So here's our team: Natalia, myself, Ingrid, and Ahmed. And we're looking forward for your questions.
Yeah, great. Just perfect, just in time. So do we have any questions from the jury?
Maybe a tough one. This is Elizabeth. That you had a robot arm on top. Did you manage to try something with that robot arm in the short time?
No. So the robot arm is more like of a concept of what we would like to implement and what's possible. But we didn't have time to implement it, to be honest.
Yeah, we chose a visionary project. So thinking big and just working more on the idea what it could be possible with a helpful, intelligent arm that can move around.
Okay, thank you.
And you were able to avoid obstacles. Like, that's cool.
Yeah, so we'd recognize when it's an obstacle and when it's an object that it needs to organize.
We have also mark detection. So at the end, we saw the robot dance and it's flashing its LEDs, resembling performing an action, which would hopefully further on be like grabbing something or so on.
For sure.
Oh yeah, sorry, Natalia couldn't present because her internet is not working well. But yeah, of course, it's very important on the team.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, no worries. That's like the classic virtual thing. So no worries at all. Any other questions from the judges or any of the coaches here?
There's just one question from my side. How was it for you to work as a team in a virtual environment?
So I can speak for myself. It was really a good experience. For me, it was easier because you can work sometimes, and then when you need to take a break, I can take a break and then continue to work again. So I really liked the experience for me. Better than the real actual one.
Yeah, I think also we're productive. Would not be I think much better even in person. Well, I mean, could be, but of course it's just about the time. But yeah, I think it went well.
I don't know if you can hear me, but I think it also made us a bit more productive in trying to always divide the tasks and to like modularize all the project and to think, okay, how's the most efficient way to work towards what we want to achieve.
Awesome. We did hear you. So that's great. Thank you so much. So perfect. That was our last team. Thank you so much, TI Butler. Now we would ask you to leave the call. We're going to pause the YouTube live stream for 10 minutes. So we'll be back at 7:01.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye.
Or 8:01. I have a time change. 5, 6, 7, 8:01, right? Okay, so thank you so much. We'll pause the live stream now for the judges to deliberate.